everybody, it's Stacie Duffy here, your Denver Metro real estate resource, and today I kind of wanted to talk about the current market condition. Coming back from maternity leave, I've been really busy. I've had 2 listings go on the market and a buyer under contract in the last week, which is nuts. That's a lot going on here each time. So I wanted to fill you in on kind of what I'm seeing that I'm a little surprised by. But so I've had, like I mentioned, I've had 2 listings, one at a very high price point, one at a lower, starter single family price point. And just the range. So both of those had a lot of traffic. I always present my properties extremely well. I do full marketing packages on pretty much everything that I list. So 3D tours, floor plans, professional photos, put either staging or offer staging consultation or do some virtual staging for maybe a cheaper listing that I think will sell really quick, but I still want it to present really well. So given very similar marketing packages for both of those, the higher end listing chose to have some professional staging done, which I think was a good choice. Definitely both had a lot of activity, a lot of showings, but I didn't get the crazy bloodbath of offers I was expecting, which is kind of weird because even on my single family listing, so just to give an idea, it was just under $350,000 for a single family home, 3-bed, 2-bath, totally updated, really good deal for the price, and very aggressive price point, like the most aggressive price point in this market. I was really surprised because even the agents are, we had 50 showings on it or 48, something like that. And the agents were calling me, oh, I'm sure you're going to have 20, 30, 40 offers to review and all this stuff. And I was like, we don't need that many, just like 4 or 5. That's good. 10 is too much. If you're getting more than 10 offers, then you're probably not pricing the property high enough. So anyway, but all of these agents were expecting this bloodbath of offers. And yeah, I got multiple offers, but I got 5. And that's not bloodbath, that's competitive, but that's not, oh my gosh, everybody and their dog is wanting to buy it. So I was a little surprised about that. I mean, seller's in a great situation. She has some great choices, definitely going to meet her needs. And honestly, they're probably about as good as I would want to get. There's nothing in there that I think we missed out on by any means. But I just was surprised because I think there's a lot of agents that didn't put in an offer, or the buyers chose not to put in an offer because they didn't think they could compete. Even when they saw it and they sent feedback of, oh my gosh, we love the house, we're going to put in an offer. I don't know if we'll get it because I don't know if we can bid high enough. And the agents were calling me and asking the same thing of, well, they can only do so much. They'll do the best they can. And then I didn't see anything. So I don't know if people are just changing their mind or they just don't think they can be competitive, so they don't even try. That was a little interesting to me to see. So it might not be as crazy out there because on the higher end listing, lots of traffic, lots of great feedback. But it survived the weekend, which most listings right now aren't surviving the weekend. And if they are, people are worried something's wrong. I'm like, guys, it's almost $1 million house. Like, don't expect it to be gone in 3 days. And if it is, great. And if it's not, that's okay. It takes people longer to sell their $200 dining room table on Facebook Marketplace than that. And you're asking someone to pay $1 million in a day? I mean, come on. So, and sure enough, what was it, Monday night? We put it on started showings on Friday and we didn't get anything Sunday night, but on Monday night, we got an above list price offer. So I'm like, hey, all it takes is the right buyer, but I'm just surprised to see that it's everybody, there's this frenzy impression and that everyone is just like, oh my gosh, everything is getting bazillion offers and it's all cash and it's $100,000 over list and all this stuff. And yeah, we're above list on my smaller single family, but we're not just anything absolutely crazy, to be honest. There's some appraisal gap coverage, but it's not nuts. It's not what I expected, and I'm kind of glad because when the market gets just absolutely crazy, I get more and more worried. So that's just what I'm seeing. And also that's the seller side. So for my buyer, just to give you an idea, I met with a buyer a few weeks ago. So from the day that we sat down and I did my buyer orientation and consult, which is my, hey, here's the process works. She's a first-time buyer. This is how I work. Let's see if this is a good fit. And I want you to understand what you're getting into and be prepared for that and set realistic expectations. From that point to being under contract was just over 2 weeks. It was 15 days, which is crazy fast in this market considering my buyer, she's a first-time buyer, FHA loan, down payment assistance program, and not much cash to cover appraisal gap. I mean, she had a little bit, but not a ton because of the down payment assistance help. She had a little bit. So, and I got her under contract on a lot and block townhome. There was 2 that weekend in the entire metro area that met her price point of under $225,000, and we got one of them. So, and we made an offer the weekend before. There were 2 that weekend too, and she chose not to go for one, which she probably could have had dibs on. I don't think there were any other offers on it at the time, but it needed some work. And then the other one she competed on, but we weren't quite strong enough. We were close. And then the following weekend, so that second weekend, we put in an offer and we got one of them. So I was really surprised. I let her know that, hey, we'll give it our best shot. We'll do the absolute best we can. Here's what you need to be prepared for. And she was ready to make those decisions, and she understood what she'd have to do to be competitive. But she didn't sign away her car and her firstborn child. Like, it wasn't nuts. So, and the fact that we managed to do that in a couple weeks, I thought we were going to have to wait till the fall when it was less competitive. So it's busy and it's nuts, but I think so many people have heard it's nuts for so long, they've given up. And they don't want to compete, and they're just like, screw it, this is going to be terrible, I'm going to hate it, and they just fully expect that, and they don't even try. And with a good agent, sometimes it's like, you know what? We'll give it a go. We'll try for a couple. And I told my buyer that, hey, we'll give it a few weeks. And if it works, great. If not, okay, you're probably out of time, so you're going to have to find a place to live. So let's make a plan and to do it later in the fall when it's probably going to be a better scenario for you and you have a better option. But I'm just really surprised. I think a lot of people have just given up. And hey, it's great for me and my clients as far as, the buyer clients. And the serious agents, I think, are saying, let's give it a shot. And those are the offers I'm getting. They're good, they're strong, they're solid. But yeah, it's just a little surprising to me. So I figured I would just kind of give y'all an update on what's going on, or at least what I'm seeing, boots on the ground, running around with some buyer and seller clients and getting things going. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it'll shake out. We're hitting into graduation season. Things are opening up. People are going to get excited to go on vacations. The weather's good. So I think we might be returning to some sort of seasonal normalcy when it comes to real estate, at least a little bit. Regardless of it being absolutely crazy, there's some seasonal tendencies that happen, and I think some of those patterns are going to play in. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the new listings, the under contracts, and the price drops and back on market. Those are 2 things I really watch for, because when those start to turn, that means there's a shift in the market demand a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm curious what y'all are seeing. If you're other agents out there in the market, what are you seeing in your market area? And if you're a buyer or seller looking to buy here in the Denver, or buy or sell here in the Denver metro area, I would love the opportunity for an interview and to earn your business. Please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on my website. Link for that is down below. And then subscribe to my channel if you're liking my stuff. I always want to make sure that I'm getting y'all relevant information that you're finding helpful wherever you are at in the process. So anyway, thanks so much for the time, guys, and have a great day. Okay, my remote's not working.